What is up, guys? Delboy here. So on the undercard of Deontay Wilder versus Stavern 2, we have another heavyweight fight. That fight is between Dominic Breazeale and Eric Molina, two former world title challengers. Molina fought Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. He lost to Deontay Wilder by, I want to say a 9th round stoppage, and he got blasted out by Anthony Joshua in 3 rounds. Dominic Breazeale also fought Anthony Joshua. Joshua got him out of there in 7 rounds. So both guys are former world title challengers, and I feel that this is a solid crossroads fight. Is it the fight we wanted to see? No. I mean, originally we were supposed to get Luis Ortiz versus Deontay Wilder and Stavern versus Dominic Breazeale. Obviously, they're more interesting fights, but the main event couldn't happen, so Stavern stepped in, and obviously Breazeale needed a new opponent. And I don't think Eric Molina versus Breazeale is a terrible fight. At the very least, it's going to be fun, it's going to be a slugfest, and somebody is probably going to get knocked out. So I like the fight in that sense. I would have much rather seen Dominic Breazeale fight somebody like Dillian Whyte, but this is a decent fight in its own right, and it should be fun. I think when you look at both guys, I actually think Molina is slightly better in terms of technical ability. He's a slightly better boxer, you know, he'll use his jab a bit more, he'll look for counters a bit more. But to me, Dominic Breazeale is much tougher. His chin is a lot better than Eric Molina's. I think Molina's got a shaky chin actually, whereas Dominic Breazeale has a cast iron chin in terms of heavyweights. And he also has a massive heart and a big set of bollocks. So, in terms of boxing ability, I give the edge to Eric Molina. In terms of heart and chin and will to win, I give a huge edge to Dominic Breazeale. I think Breazeale's chin and heart is that impressive. And also Dominic Breazeale is the bigger man here. He is also quite an effective brawler. We saw against Amir Mansour where he really got into a war with Mansour, and he took a lot of shots. He got dropped hard, he was taking some big shots, but he soaked it up and he came back at Mansour and stopped him. I saw some people say it was a lucky punch that he cut Mansour's tongue and broke his jaw. No, boxing doesn't work like that. He threw a shot, he hit him in the face, and it done damage. That's the idea behind boxing, you know. Dominic Breazeale, you know, he outlasted Amir Mansour in a tough fight, and he did the same to the unbeaten prospect Izu Agono. They were 2 very impressive wins to me. You know, Dominic Breazeale in those fights showed exactly what he's about. He's a brawler with good power, great chin, great heart, and he won't stop coming until he gets knocked out, you know, or the referee jumps in. Dominic Breazeale, you know, he's a fun fighter to watch. Molina, at times, I fought against Deontay Wilder. There's a couple of times he turned his back where he didn't want no more, despite him somehow having success against Wilder. And it got to a stage where he just didn't want any more. And against Joshua, he just did not want to be in the ring with him full stop. It looked like he was scared, actually. You know, Joshua just blew him out of there easily. So I think Dominic Breazeale has the will to win here. I think he's got a better chin, a better heart. I think his brawling and come forward style is going to give Molina a lot of trouble. I mean, we saw with Molina's first step-up fight back in 2012, he fought Chris Arreola, and he got knocked out in a round in that fight. Basically, Arreola just came forward from the first bell and ran right through him. You know, he came there with the pressure, and he walked right through Eric Molina. Eric Molina did catch Arreola in that fight with a good shot. That kind of rocked him, but it wasn't enough to keep Arreola off of him, and Arreola just blasted him out of there. And I think Molina is the type of fighter where that can happen. He also lost early in his career to Ashante Jordan by an early stoppage as well. I think if Dominic Breazeale jumps on Molina early, he could potentially get an early stoppage. I don't think Molina's chin is particularly great. I don't think he can outlast Dominic Breazeale in a war. I really don't. Having said that, although I don't really rate Eric Molina, but he does have good power. He has got a sneaky right hand, and you know, Dominic Breazeale does need to be wary of that, because Breazeale's defence is pretty poor. Despite his chin being good, his defence is poor, and regardless of how good your chin is, you can't be taking too many flush shots at heavyweight. And Molina does have good power, I will give him that. and he's got a sneaky right hand, and he can time it quite well at times. We saw that against Thomas Adamek, and even against Deontay Wilder, where he staggered him with a nice counter hook. So there is power there with Molina, and I think in this fight he needs to adopt the role of the counter puncher. As sort of Breazeale's coming in, he needs to look for that right hand behind that jab and try and time him and do some damage that way. My only issue with Molina is, like I said, I'm not sure he can keep his composure. I'm not sure he can really keep up with the pressure of Dominic Breazeale. So I'm going to go with a Dominic Breazeale stoppage, whether it's early, late or mid rounds, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty certain that Breazeale is going to get the knockout win here. I think his pressure and his power and his size is just going to be a little bit too much. What do you guys think? Am I underselling Molina? Or am I overrating Breazeale? As I said, I don't think Breazeale is particularly great. His skill set is not great at all, but like I said, what he lacks in skills, he certainly makes up for in sheer heart and determination. And sometimes at heavyweight, that's all you need, you know. Big heart, determination, and a bit of power can take you a long way. And Breazeale has already got a couple of good upset wins on his resume, because I never expected him to beat Amir Mansour or Izzy Agono. So, you know, he's got that potential to get some upset wins. And overall, I just think he's a better heavyweight than Eric Molina. I'm going to go with a Dominic Breazeale stoppage win. What do you guys think? Peace.